Let's go! It's time to break down the Singleton and KJ Jackson reps. We've already teamed up with our friends, Best of Arkansas Sports. You can see our first film study. It is linked down below. And I got to be honest, in the background, you have Isaiah Augustave. He has hit the transfer portal, but obviously the major focus here is going to be on Singleton, and I hated these first two play calls from Bobby. I feel like a lot of OCs do this. It's something that never makes sense to me. When a new quarterback comes on the field, they call 2 run plays in a row, and honestly, it's just blown up. This DT has so much penetration here. So as a running back, if I see someone crossing my face quite like that, just get vertical. Get vertical and take what you can. Even though the design of this play is to go to the outside, see how much further back you have to go. There's no way you're actually getting the corner. It just disrupts the blocking and timing, everything, and everything here on the outside. Then on this 3rd and long, it's just a simple screen call. You know, the Singleton's first reps here featured no passing plays, basically. And what I did not like about this is 53 right here. You know, you are the key block on this play. He holds on to this block a little too long and releases late. This corner sees this screen, so I think he could have gotten out of there a little bit sooner. And then if you're Isaiah Augustave, cut back this way to give your guy some room to make this block, and instead he just takes him head on when he had room to cut back this way. That might be why he is in the portal. But that play was just dead from the start and just wasn't a good sequence of play calls at all. All right, here's the head hog. He's loving my Best of Arkansas Sports article involving 12 personnel. And if you know what 12 personnel is, well, you know all about this play call, right? It's a 2 tight end formation, and they were deadly with this in Taylor Green in the spring game. That article is floating in the top right corner of your screen. And what you'll see here on this 12 personnel set is, in order to fit the run versus a 2 tight end set in 12 personnel, to have every gap accounted for, you have to bring a safety into the box. So if you bring a safety into the box, that means you're getting 1 high more than likely, and that opens up pockets of space in the passing game. And you'll see right here, Singleton, he's back to throw. He's locked in on, I believe that's Desmond James, 83. Look at this throw right here. Yes, it's a first read throw, but look at the accuracy right in stride. That's a good tackle right there by the corner. But that right there is just really, really good football. All right, so we get to this 3rd and 6, and man, oh man, oh man, Bobby Petrino is going to hate watching this in the film room, okay? They're bringing a double A-gap pressure with 2 defensive ends backing out. So a very exotic simulated pressure, okay? So the way this works and how this needs to be protected is with this end coming out and this end coming out. You've honestly just got to make sure that you crunch in that middle, okay? You never want interior pressure. And what happens here on the protection is the right guard actually ends up being the center. The center ends up seeing it. It gets called perfectly, right? Everything is picked up well. As a center in this spot, the one place you do not want this rusher to go is to the inside, okay? If you're going up against a smaller guy, sit a little bit heavier in this A-gap, and you want him to actually go to your outside instead of to your inside. But the guard gets off balance. He's losing his feeding. Is that even a word? He's losing his footing, and watch, he gets all off balance here. Feet, no base, no nothing, and even though he's getting help from a double, because he got beat to its inside, the double couldn't really help here. And look at what happens. 22 gets a sack when everything should have been protected pretty easily right there. All right? Just not good football. I will say, give this offensive line credit. This was a very exotic look. The assignments were picked up correctly. The execution wasn't. And what makes this suck is the play caller gets exactly what he wants, all right? Instead of him thinking a linebacker is going to be picking his running back up, it's actually a defensive end. And what they're actually doing is running an out and up. It's a longer developing play. So I believe this is Russell, the true freshman. He goes out and then he goes up. And you would have had this versus a defensive end. And yeah, I mean, there's no way this end is stopping that. Okay, I understand it's cut off. If the running back can't outrun a defensive end in that spot, you're in a lot of trouble. But 3rd and 6, and it's a sack. It should have been a big gain. It was a really good play call, just bad execution. All right, we get to KJ Jackson. Safety rotates into the box, and he's coming off the edge. Okay, first thing here is you as a quarterback pre-snap have got to see this, okay? I can understand if this was happening at the very, very, very last second or if it's a corner blitz right here. You've got to see it or it needs to get communicated. Either way, offensively, there's a few ways you can look at this. You can either tell your running back to stay in it and block or let the quarterback know that you're hot right here. So the way I would look at this, even though this is a design throw out here to the left, this should be an automatic hot call to the right, throwing in the direction of the blitz, all right? Either way, this is not on the offensive line, and even with this quick throw to the left side, this is far too casual. It needs to be a little bit quicker right here from KJ Jackson. Things just need to get sped up, because I do think that's actually getting strip sacked if Johnson was actually going full speed. Everything there just needs to honestly get sped up, and that's some really good hustle right there from the blitzer to actually come around and make this play. All right, so we get 3rd and 6. Another safety rotates into the box, and look, this is some really good pre-snap recognition right here by Jackson. This safety rotates into the box. Let's work the slant right here to the top of the screen. All right. And let's see if it gets protected. No, they actually left him unblocked. So you've got to go through it quickly. And, man, that's actually really good stuff. Before you actually get to the throw, in an actual game, is he hitting KJ before he throws this? Maybe he is. You could tell he just stopped. But that's still a good ball location right there. The corner actually opened his hips to where it was an easier inside release there. We won't go back and break that down, but still good throw, good catch. All right, so I understand this is a first-team defense, and Landon Jackson and these guys are better than the offensive linemen you're going up against. You know, we've talked a lot about 76 in the throughout this spring, and I believe his name's Robinson out of Little Rock. And I'm like, I want to see him go up against better players here. He is going up against Landon Jackson, and that is not a good rep at all. That is picturesque, setting the edge from a defensive end. That's really, really, really good stuff. All right. Still, this is why partially Isaiah hit the portal. Doesn't feel like he has a good feel for the game, okay? This is not there. All right. So once you see that this DT has this gap occupied, you want to get vertical. I felt like, like we broke down a little bit earlier, there were other opportunities for him to do this. Get vertical and get these yards. Maybe you're able to cut back through here. Don't just run to where the play was designed to go. You got to be able to read that cutback lane a little bit better. All right. So we get to this 3rd and 13, and this is definitely one of the more awkward conversions. I believe this is still mostly your first team defense. So KJ cocks back, double pumps. It gets cut off here with the camera angle. I have no idea how this ball found a way to get through there, but it did. The only thing I would say here, okay, and once again, this is nitpicking. I don't know if 17 will actually be a part of a big part of the team. Okay, when you catch this football, we want the football to be going upfield. All right, I understand this was a difficult catch, but if you actually watch this really closely, look at where the ball is actually located. It's in his left arm when he's going out of bounds. So, there's going to be cameras on these yard markers. At the very end, he voluntarily put the ball in his left arm right here, and that would be short. all right, because you're actively going backwards on your own, all right? Still, good throw, good catch. Once again, it's very awkward, that coverage right there, so still, you'll take it. This is a play we've done a lot of practice breakdowns on. One is floating in the top right corner of your screen. Fake like you're blocking the backside in and then release. The Kansas City Chiefs won a Super Bowl this year doing this very thing, all right? It is an unstoppable play. Teams still have not figured out how to stop it because it's a secondary route, right? You're blocking, and then after the block, you scoot up field, and this is a good job by Posky. Oh, keep your feet. Good, easy completion for a few yards. So actually, Arkansas did a good job guarding that. All right, here we go. It's 4th and 8, and Arkansas yet again is running another one of these swing screens here, and man. The first thing I would say here is I am not entirely sure. I love this defensive call on 4th and 8, an all-out double A gap cross dog blitz. Okay, you actually get home, you get unblocked A gap pressure, but it's by design because it's a little swing screen. Okay, look at that right there, bang. Okay, now before we finish out this play. This is why I don't like these 4th and 8 blitzes, okay? It's trips to the boundary, or to the field, excuse me. I don't like giving them little stop routes at the sticks, okay? The 40-yard line is where they need to go to get this conversion. And if you see, bang, if they were just running simple hitches, one of these guys is just pitching and catching for a first down. So I don't know. I don't mind aggression, but I don't know if I like it right there. Now, this is going to be a difficult topic because, you know, you think of Arkansas, you're playing for the state and all of that, but, man, a lot of Arkansas natives that are really good recruits have struggled. It's just how it's been in the recent years. And Shamar Easter is definitely one of those guys. I mean, he's probably the number 5 tight end on this team, and he actually has a relatively simple assignment here, okay? It's a little screen to the left side, and all you need is just a decent block right here to have this work, all right? You don't have to drive him back. You don't have to really do anything, but first you see number 0 here is just dominating him. I think that's Green, all right? So he just throws him off of him, all right? This is a very non-physical rep right here. It's high. It's just not good technique. Then he gets very lackadaisical on this block, all right? Look, this play call worked. There are 5 guys in the backfield here. You can see he just kind of gives up, all right? He kind of gives up, and now he's behind the guy. All you really needed to do was just play side of him, basically. All right, it didn't need to be aggressive at all, but he kind of just lets him go, and it's just patty cake city. And even though he doesn't make the tackle, he slows him down and allows a hustling, the transfer from Georgia, number 10, to make this play behind the sticks. All right, so we're back to KJ Jackson here. All right, I like the fact that they put him right back out there. I did not like offensively how many unblocked types of looks he had to face in this game. And this was another one, all right? Let the defensive end run unblocked. I know it's a quick little throw out here to the left, but it's not quick enough. All right, 2nd and 10, and this is just not good quarterbacking or protection. It's a clear zone look here with the corner opening his hips and letting him go. You never want to throw a swing route to the running back right into a cover 2 flat corner right here, okay? Second thing here is a protection ended up breaking down. It's a little twist stunt here to the left side of the formation. That's getting home around this corner. Next thing here is he should have worked trips to the field, all right? He would have had multiple guys. It's kind of cut off here. This inbreaker to 17 is there, all right? If you sit in that pocket and work to the backside. So just not good execution across the board. All right, it's 3rd and 10, And we talked about this with Varkey's Gums, right? This isn't Gums, but Gums is just not really a blocking tight end. The same thing is true here with Easter. Here he is going up against a pro. It's actually 4th and short, so it says 3rd and 10. It's 4th and short right here. And watch what happens. He's got to take on Landon Jackson. This is just really poor blocking technique. You see, he just stands up immediately, doesn't fire his hands. His hands are just octopusing around in here, and bang, all right? So this allows Landon to two-gap him, right? There's no way he can cut to the outside. There's no way he can even pull it, and it's just cooked, all right? And Landon is right here to make this play, and he's short, all right? This is another case where just a decent block is getting the job done there, but you couldn't really get it. So I wasn't going to do any Criswell reps, but we kind of sort of have to because this run by Russell was just so much fun. Remember, we were talking about Easter's blocking. This is what happens when you're going up against a walk-on level player. Now, that's good, all right? Yeah, we could get into it, this still being pretty high, but if you're able to just swallow a guy whole, basically, pause. But that's essentially what he is. I mean, this is a walk-on level player. So it goes to show you everything comes down to who you're going up against at times, right? But this run right here by Russell is just really, really, really good. You see his 3-tech over pursuing, crossing your face. Don't carry out the run. Plant and get vertical. And that's exactly what he does to break this touchdown off. Now, hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget, check out my 12 personnel article on Best of Arkansas Sports. A few thoughts here after wrapping up watching this Arkansas spring game. This was a fine showing. Of course, so much is going to be made about Taylor Green. That spring game breakdown is floating in your face. But overall, I would say it was fine. I'll leave it at that. It was a spring game. Hope you guys support all our film studies with the Venmo Cash App. We'll talk to you soon. It is Pow Hour SEC. Boom. And tonight we are doing stir fry. Let's go.